guys. Today we will start off with load balancing of Citrix delivery controllers on a Netscalers. As you can see, we've got two delivery controllers which we have installed and are sitting in the control layer. We'll try to load balance both of these delivery controllers using our existing Netscaler VPX, which are configured in a pair. So let's get back to our Zen server. I've already got the wildcard SSL cert installed on both of my DDCs, DDC O1 and O2, where we got the certs installed and configured. So the only thing that needs to be done is I just need to make sure is that certs that are installed are binded to IIS on both of the boxes. So we'll quickly make sure that the SSL cert is binded, and we will repeat the same steps on the other node as well. So that's the prerequisite that's done. Now let's log on to the Netscaler. The first thing that we'll normally do is we'll be creating a server. We'll be using an existing monitor, and we'll be creating new service group. And last, we'll be creating a load balancer WIP for the DDC, and then we'll be configuring that DDC load balancer on the Storefront server. Let's start off by clicking on traffic management, clicking on load balancer, clicking on service. Firstly, we'll add the two new DDC servers in there. One and the IP of the box. Just given some appropriate name and comments, and let's go ahead and create it. We'll go back and create the other node as well. Just change it to 2. Change the IP of that and click create. So you can see that both of the server objects have been created. The next step is I've already created the monitor for the DDC, and as you can see, I've called it CVAD DDC. I'll just edit it so that you guys can only see. I've just called it CY DDC, and the type that I've selected is that's an inbuilt type that you can normally use, which comes in with the Netscaler itself, which is Citrix DDC. You just got to give in a username that can normally authenticate to the 443. So this could just be a normal domain user, and you always also want to make sure that you're ticked in the secure, which means that the site is using 443. So I'll click OK on that. The next thing that we do is we just create a new service group. We'll create one called SVC underscore DDC. Protocol would be SSL. And we're doing OK. We'll select the servers from the list, the ones that we just added, DDC 1 and 2, and I'll click select. In the port, I'll use 443, and I'll click on create. I'll click OK. And in the monitors, I will select the monitor that we have just created, which is a CVAD DDC, and I'll bind it as well. And I click done. So you can see that the WIP is up. Now the last bit is creating the virtual server. So I'll go ahead and create a vServer. Give it an appropriate name. The protocol that we're using is SSL. Uh, Provide an IP address for that. 147 and OK. In the service and service group, we'll select uh, load balancer group, and we will select the one that we just created earlier called SVC underscore DDC. Click select and we'll bind it. Click on continue. We'll bind the server certificate. So this is the same certificate that we have installed on the DDCs. We already have the wildcard SSL cert installed on our internal Netscaler. So I'll go ahead and click on server certificate. I'll click select the certificate and I'll bind it. I'll click on continue. And then the method, I'll just make sure that we are using lease connection, and the backup method would be round robin. Click on OK on that. And click on done. Save the config so that it's replicated onto my secondary node. I've already pre-populated and created a DNS record for 192.168.1.147. So let's check and see if you're able to reach that IP address from the box itself. So let's ping 192.168.1.147. And you can see that it's pingable, and let's also resolve it with name. And you can see that it's able to resolve it on name as well. The next config that needs to be done is, as we have load balanced the DDC, we need to use this name and configure it on the store. So we'll log on back on the storefront service of ours, which we have configured earlier in the video. And so we'll log on SFO1, and on this box, let's go ahead and open up storefront. Click on stores. And if you remember, when we configured the delivery controller, so under the store, we click on manage delivery controller, and we got a list of the delivery controllers in here. So I'll go ahead and click on edit. And as you can see, we have hard coded the DDC IDs, both of the DDC names in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove both of them and add the load balancer DNS name, which is the one that we have created. And I'll also make sure that it's set to HTTPS because we've got a certificate bounded to it, and click on 443. I'll click on OK. I'll click on OK. Once that's done, I'll go ahead and make sure that I'm propagating the changes on the secondary storefront server as well. So we are good to go. I think that's it for now. In the next series, we will start off with load balancing Citrix director URL on the Netscaler. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Hasta la vista from Citrix Sage. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.